Despite losing the last game to Manchester United, I was still pretty pleased with how it went. I scored a nice goal, probably my favourite goal of the series so far. The manager gave me some public recognition with a nice little piece of positive, well, I guess just a nice comment really, hailing me as a game changer. And I think if we were on our game just a little bit more, we could have got something from the game. Before that, we beat West Brom by 4 goals to 0. So coming into this game against Sunderland, despite the last game being a loss, I still felt pretty confident of our chances away at the Stadium of Light. Now, Sunderland have had a very good season. As you can see, they are sitting in 5th place right now, 3 points off Aston Villa in 4th place. And coming into this game, they were going to be difficult opponents for us, especially away from home. Our away form this year has been a little bit inconsistent, let's just say that. But I definitely fancied our chance of getting something from this game, to be honest. And I really did feel as though right now, Danny Ings playing up top, keeping his place in the team, he is paying dividends with me playing just below him. You know, we're working really well together. But unfortunately for us in this game, just 7.5 minutes in, Jermaine Defoe gave Sunderland the lead. And as soon as they scored, I just knew that it was not going to be our game, because we went to defensive in the first 5 minutes. And I've mentioned before how frustrating that can be when the manager goes to defensive when it doesn't seem to be an apparent need to, and if you invite pressure, you will probably concede if your defence isn't strong enough. And the fact of the matter is, this Burnley team doesn't have the best defence, but you can see here he did go to attack in the 32nd minute, and lo and behold, we got a chance out of it as well. As I gave the ball away, it came straight back to me, nice little back heel, and the shot by Marnie goes just wide at the post. And you know, the tactics in this game, you know, the tactics in player career mode is so important, because you don't get to decide how your team operates. You know, it's all about, you know, what you can do as a player and in an individual. You don't get to decide how good the teammates are. If they're on their game, it's great. If they're not, it's very frustrating. And when it comes down to the managerial decisions, you have no say in it. It's all about how the AI manager for your club wants to operate. And Sean Dyche does seem to go defensive all the time, but after we went to attacking, we did have a lot of shots, did have a lot of attempts, and we did run Sunderland pretty close in this game away at the Stadium of Light. George Boy went very close there late on, but we did lose the game by 1 goal to 0. I was really frustrated by it, because just like the United game, we left the stadium with nothing, and we just knew that with a bit more intensity, with more clinical finishing in front of goal, we could have got something from it. You can see the stats there. We didn't dominate Sunderland at all. They had more of the ball, no doubt. You know, they had 58% of possession. They did play better in terms of passing the ball around, but we had more shots, more on target. If we were more clinical, we would have got something out of the game. But that was now 2 defeats in a row. So coming into this game against Bournemouth, away from home in the FA Cup, this was the round of 16 stage, and as I've said this season, I believe that the Burnley team can do something. I would love to see us qualify for the Europa League next season, and of course if we reach the FA Cup final, we will do that. Obviously that's a long way away, but it's certainly something which is in the back of our minds. And for me personally, I do want to give these Burnley fans something in my debut season to show that we can. You know, this team isn't a bad team, let's just say that, but I've been so negative with it, you know, during this series. I do need to basically show that it's not as bad as I keep on making out to be. But coming into this game against Bournemouth right now, of course last year this was a championship fixture. Bournemouth obviously doing very, very well in real life. As I came into this game, I definitely fancied our chances of winning the game. I thought we'd be the favourites despite having 2 defeats in a row, and we would take the lead as well in the 14th minute. Danny Ings getting the goal, myself getting the assist, nice little run down the right hand side, drilled in a cross. How many times do I mention it? Those drill crosses are so overpowered, and Danny Ings in the centre turns it in, and I really feel like I've got a great relationship with Danny Ings. I mean, Ashley Barnes as a striker did work pretty well when he came in the first half of the season after Ings was dropped for some reason, but I definitely believe that me and Ings work really well together. But unfortunately for us, in the 25th minute, Bournemouth would score an equalising goal. It was a really, really nice finish there, and I have to take the blame for this goal as well. It's not often I'll take the blame for a goal we concede, as obviously I play in the attacking midfield role and I'm not really doing much defensive work, but for this goal, as they played the ball through there, I called out Tom Heaton, and unfortunately for us, I knew he wouldn't get to the ball first, so I tried to let him go back to his goal line, and sadly the finish was perfect. It went over Heaton and into the back of the net, so Bournemouth were back on level terms in this game. It was frustrating as well, because we were down to 10 men at this stage as Callum Wilson scored the goal. Unfortunately for us though, we were a centre back down, and Wilson just ran through the middle of the defence and chipped the ball over the goalkeeper. But for the most part in this game, Bournemouth were attacking and looking stronger, and despite us taking the lead, I wasn't really surprised about that either, even though Bournemouth are a championship side and we're a Premier League side now. And why is that? It's because we are on defensive, and I know I keep mentioning it, and I know you guys must get sick of me saying it, but the fact of the matter is, if you go on defensive, you invite pressure, and if your defence isn't very strong, well, you're probably going to concede a couple of goals. And in this game, despite going up 1-0 up early on in this game, Bournemouth would score what was surely proved to be a winning goal with 6.5 minutes to go and turn the game on its head. Very frustrating, but we just couldn't defend, and sadly for us, as Dan Gosling makes it 2-1, we were facing elimination out of the FA Cup. The final chance fell in stoppage time with this header by Ashley Barnes going harmlessly over, and it was how the game would finish. Bournemouth 2, Burnley 1. We're out of the FA Cup in around the 16th stage, losing to a championship side, a division below us. I left the pitch with 3 defeats in a row now, just thinking, seriously? I probably should have moved in January, because I do want to get somewhere with this team. I do want to do something with it, but the manager just insists on going defensive all the time when there's no need to, inviting pressure. And, you know, with this defence not being very strong, it's no real surprise we can see quite a few goals. We have conceded quite a lot of goals this season. And, you know, I'm just sitting there thinking, what am I supposed to do as an attacking midfielder? It means I've got to drop deeper and play CM or holding midfield, and that's not really, you know, even though I feel that's my best position really, you know, when we need to get some goals, you know, if I'm not up there, you know, making plays, how are we going to score? You know, Danny's just going to get completely isolated. So it's been really frustrating for us this season, because I keep on having these really good periods where I say, now we're going to start to perform, now we're going to start to go in good form, but we just never do. And it's, you know, primarily due to the fact that the manager keeps going defensive, and it doesn't allow us to play our natural game, you know, which is really frustrating. But it's just how it is, and I should shut up about it, but I need to reiterate, you know, it just is one of those frustrating things which you just can't get your head around sometimes, why the manager would go defensive when there's no need. Even so, he took on Swansea for the third of 4 games in today's episode, and the first chance fell there with my little roulette, and then a shot going just into the side netting. And in the 74th minute, we had another good chance here with Marnie and myself playing a couple of passes to one another. I played it through towards Ashley Barnes, and Barnes' strike went wide of the post. But it was how the game would finish, a 0-0 draw. So thankfully for us, we don't lose for a 4th consecutive time. But it is now 4 games without a win. We haven't won since the West Bromwich Albion game where we won by 4-0. So pretty concerning, to be honest. I didn't really do too badly in that game. We did have more chances than Swansea, who, you know, basically came to defend in this game. It was really frustrating. And of course, seeing as we were on defence, it was just a case of what team could pass the ball better, really. But even so, that did end February as well. And as you can see, I am now up to a 79 rated central attacking midfielder. Gone up 8 ratings already this season. 12 goals and 6 assists in 28 games. I felt as though, despite how frustrating the season's been with the team, myself personally, I've made a lot of good development, and I'm pretty pleased with that. Of course, I've already been capped for England as well. As you can see, the team is sitting in 11th place with 12 games to go and 33 points. I've got no doubt in my mind we'll be safe and we will stay in the Premier League. But I don't know, sometimes I just think we could do more. You know, we really could do more, and maybe I am a little bit naive to think that this Burnley team could, you know, be qualifying for the Europa League, or, you know, doing something special anyway, like maybe reaching a final of a cup competition. But it's just because I have really high ambitions, really high aims. I've always been like that. And, you know, when the team isn't responding to, you know, your own personal wish of wanting to attack and get something out of the game, it's very frustrating, because really there's nothing you could do. So coming into this game against Liverpool away at Anfield, we're on a run with no wins in the last 4 games and 3 defeats out of the last 4 as well. So coming here to take on Liverpool away from home, probably not the best of times to be facing a side sitting in 7th with a very decent side. But we're hoping to change our fortunes with this game and pull off a surprise win away at Anfield. Yeah, right here. I had space there. I was going to see if I could shoot and turn and shoot. I've roulette around my man, play it inside towards Danny Ings on the volley. Not the best of chances. Well, it was a decent enough chance, but the finish was pretty poor. And now Glenn Johnson to Sturridge, and Sturridge's shot is blocked. And Gerrard dispossesses me there. That's really poor from me. And here's Sterling. I'm going to try and defend this. I don't want to see Liverpool score through my mistake, as Sterling's on the ball. And he's tackled, and it's come straight back to Sterling. In it goes towards Sturridge at the far post. Oh, he should have scored. Daniel Sturridge should have made it 1-0 there. Yep, through the middle, right here. Thank you. Keep running, Danny. Keep running. Come on, Danny. That's to you. That's to you. Danny Ings for 1-0. Oh, great. Save Mignolet, and he parries the ball. But Liverpool will clear it. That's a really good chance here. That's a really good chance for us. But Ings' shot well saved by Mignolet. So there's half time, 0-0 here at Anfield. I can't see it finishing 0-0. I can't see us having 2 consecutive goalless draws in a row, because there's been quite a few chances in this first half for both teams, not just for Liverpool but for us as well. Just the finishing's been a little bit poor, I think. I think that's the best way of explaining it. In the Swansea game, the problem was that we didn't have the service going to the strikers or the players directly well, playing next to the striker, like I'm playing centre forward a lot of the time in the Swansea game. But in this game, it's been about, the finishing just not being as good as it needs to be. But to be honest, there's been chances, and I think we'll probably see a goal in the second half. The stats will tell you Liverpool will probably be the one to break the deadlock, but I still believe that we could have a good chance at nicking a surprise win here if we just are clinical in front of goal when we get those chances. So going into the second half here at Anfield, game is, I think, finally balanced. I think it could go either way, and we'll have to wait and see what does happen in the second half. So the first chance could come to us. That's a free kick, ref. That's a free kick. That was a really bad challenge by Lovren. Got a booking for that as well, surely. Come on now. Yeah, there we go. So good start to the first half, winning ourselves a free kick directly from the kickoff as the former Southampton defender gets a booking. Ross Wallace is going to stand up and take it. Can he ping this ball in with the left foot? Going for goal. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Ross Wallace! Absolutely fantastic finish. And it's Liverpool 0, Burnley 1. And we take the lead 3 minutes into the second half. What a fantastic free kick. I was going to say just before he took it, I wanted to take the free kick. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad Ross Wallace took the ball off me. What a fantastic finish. And we do stun Anfield. That is a brilliant, brilliant free kick with the left foot. Mignolet has absolutely no chance. It's passed him in a flash. It had power, it had accuracy, and that's a brilliant free kick. I think that's the first free kick we scored this season. Liverpool 0, Burnley 1, and we do take a surprise lead at Anfield. Very, very pleased with that. Again, I won't get credit with the assist, which is a bit of a shame, but even so, I'm glad that I did get involved to get the goal. Well, the goal came through a free kick, which I won, so you can see why I was involved in the build-up. But even so, Liverpool 0, Burnley 1, Wallace with a goal. What a fantastic start to this second half. Nothing's really happened since the goal, and I'm okay with it. We're 1-0 up. As things stand, we're going to claim our first 3 points in 5 games as Liverpool get the corner away. But Liverpool are beginning to panic a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe they're getting a little bit nervous knowing that they are 1-0 down here at Anfield with 15 minutes to go. They're starting to give the ball away a lot more than they were in the first half, sorry. And I'm totally okay with that because I feel like I'm good enough with the ball at my feet to keep holding the ball, make Liverpool chase it. And as things stand, even though we've just gone part of the bus, I think we're going to be okay. As I've got the ball here, I'm going to try and take it around Skirtle. Skirtle got beat by me. Can I finish? Oh, it's just wide the post. That would have been the game, and I should have wrapped it up for us. I really hope we're not going to rue that missed chance by me. Still 1-0 to Burnley, but that was a really, really good chance to seal the 3 points. We won't get too many more chances now we've gone part of the bus either, so, oh God, please tell me we won't ruin that missed chance. Jason Moreno down. Is that full time? Yes, it is full time. Liverpool 0, Burnley 1. I did pull up right at the end, but it doesn't matter because we did manage to get the win. And the wait for a win is over. We had 4 games without one, but now we're back to winning ways. And what a fantastic result to win away at Anfield. Thanks to that fantastic free kick by Ross Wallace. Very, very pleased with that. And it does end Liverpool 0, Burnley 1. And to be honest, I have to say, probably, I wouldn't say exactly deservedly so, because Liverpool weren't too bad either. We didn't, exactly dominate, but we played just as good as them. We matched them, and the funny thing is, in the second half, they did basically nothing. They genuinely just passed the ball around until like the 85 minute mark, realised they were 1-0 down, had to get something, went to a long ball style of play, they couldn't get anything from it, and we hold on. So final score, Liverpool 0, Burnley 1. What a superb result that is. Really, really pleased with it. It does move us up to 10th place, 11 games to go, and well, thankfully that 4 games without a win run is now over, and in this period where we've got quite a few very difficult games for us, that is a brilliant way to start with a great 1-0 win away at Anfield. So that is going to end the episode. So as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of My Player very soon, where we'll have games against Chelsea, City, and you never know, possibly Southampton as well.